Hey everybody, it's Jennifer with the Family Fudge and welcome to Subscriber Lunch Weekend. We're celebrating hitting over 400,000 subscribers on this channel, and that means even more subscriber lunches. This weekend there'll be a video Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so make sure you stay tuned for those videos. Who knows, I might even be making your lunch. And without further ado, let's get started. Our first lunch idea was sent in by Hillary. She is 10 years old and is from Florida. Now before I can get started, I have to decide what lunchbox to use. I have quite the collection currently, and so sometimes it's hard to pick one. But for Hillary's lunch today, I'm gonna go with the Yum Box. Now usually I like to put the main course right in this section, but I'm actually gonna be making a hot lunch today, so I'm gonna put that in a thermos on the side. For this lunch, I'm making good old mac and cheese. But actually, this one's called Mac and Puppies. I've never actually tried this brand before. I found it at Aldi. It looks like it has some really good ingredients, and of course I love the cute little shaped pasta. There's a few dog shapes in there, a paw shape, and a little doghouse too. So I'll go ahead and cook and drain this pasta. And as you can see, the noodles actually stayed in their shape. Next, I'm gonna throw in 2 tablespoons of butter, followed by the milk, and of course the little cheese packet. Then all I have to do is mix it up really well and get it into the thermos. Next up, it's time to prepare the strawberries. For Hillary's lunch today, she chose chocolate-covered strawberries for her treat. This is definitely a yummy treat that I enjoy as well. They're actually pretty easy to make, but I do have a few tips. Number 1, when you wash your berries, you want to make sure to dry them really well, because if they're still wet when you go to dip them in the chocolate, it won't work out very well. So make sure to get them nice and dry. And you also want to avoid any strawberries that have any bruising or any cuts in them at all. I'm also leaving the stems on these strawberries because I'm gonna use them as sort of my handle for dipping. Next, I'll go ahead and melt the chocolate. I'm just using regular old chocolate chips, and I'm going to make it really easy by melting them in the microwave, just 30 seconds at a time, stirring in between. Definitely don't burn your chocolate, that would not be good. So now I have my strawberries. I also have some sprinkles. I'm going to be using a plate with some wax paper. That'll make it easier to clean up. And of course we have our nicely melted chocolate. Now when I dip the strawberries, I like to sort of swirl them around the chocolate, and then I tap the excess chocolate off. If this chocolate layer gets too thick, it's a little bit hard to bite into. And then I'm going to dip the whole thing in sprinkles. Now all I have to do is place it on the wax paper, and then once I have a few of these done, I will pop them in the fridge. That's going to help the chocolate harden faster, and while that's happening, I can go ahead and move on to the fruit and vegetable. For Hillary's lunch, she chose a combination of watermelon and grapes. And since we're going with a puppy theme, I'm also going to include these really cute puppy pics. They are so cute. Then in this next compartment, I'm also going to be putting a scoop of corn. This is sweet yellow corn. And I did add a little bit of salt and pepper to this just for seasoning. Now for the snack today, Hillary chose chocolate pudding, so I'm going to go ahead and make some on the side. This is just an instant chocolate pudding, really easy to make and really fast too. So I'm just going to mix that up. Then I'm going to pour this into a separate container. Now that our strawberries are set up, I can also add those to the lunchbox. They came out so good. And then last but not least, I'm also throwing in some baby carrots. And then for her drink today, I'm refilling this really cute bottle with lemonade. Now for this lunch, Miss Lily will be our special taste tester, so she can tell us what she thinks.
I liked the corn because it had some salt and pepper on it. The puppy mac and cheese was good. I shared my puppy mac and cheese with Griffin because it was too much for me. I like the fruit and I like the pudding. Chocolate pudding is always good. And my favorite part was the chocolate-covered strawberries.
Our next lunch idea was sent in by Parker, who is 5 years old and is from Canada. For this lunch, I'm going to start with the main course first, and she chose pierogies. Now, if you've never had a pierogi before, it's kind of like a dumpling, and it usually has some sort of potato or cheese filling. Sometimes they're served with onions, sometimes they're served with sour cream. The ones I'm making today are just potato and cheese. They're really good. I'm actually just going to saute these in a little bit of butter until they're warmed through and crispy on the outside. They are so good. Now that these are all the way cooked, I can go ahead and add them to our thermos so that they can stay nice and warm. Next, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the fruit. For Parker's lunch today, I'm making some fruit skewers, and I'm using a combination of clementines and grapes. And I think I can fit about 3 of these skewers in the lunchbox. And then to go along with this, I'm also going to prepare some cucumbers. And I'm going to make these super cute by using my flour cookie cutter. Next, I'll go ahead and add some ranch to dip the cucumbers in. Next, I'm going to add the snack. This is a strawberry banana yogurt tube, one of my kids' favorite flavors. To get this to fit in the lunchbox, I just have to bend it a bit. And then I can move on to the treat. For Parker's lunch, she chose the classic worms and dirt. To make this, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take several Oreo cookies and remove the filling. Next, I'm going to crush up the cookies really finely. After they're crushed up, they really do look a lot like dirt. Next, I'm going to take my pudding cup. This is just chocolate pudding, and I'm going to put these crushed up Oreos right on top. And then, of course, they wouldn't be a dirt and worm cup without the worms. So I'm going to be adding my favorite gummy worms. These are so good. They are made with real fruit juice, and they're actually really soft. I'm going to stick just a few of these down in there. And that's it, a dirt and worm cup. Now last but not least, for her drink today, Parker chose peach juice. So I'm just adding some of this peach nectar. If you've ever had these nectar drinks before, you'll know that they are so good and they come in lots of different flavors. Now for this lunch today, we have Mackenzie as our taste tester. So what do you think, Mackenzie?
The cucumbers were good, the fruit was good. I've never tried peach juice before, but it was good too, but it was really sweet.
What did you think about the dirt cup?
It was good, but my favorite part was the pierogi.
That was the best thing?
Mm-hmm.
Our next lunch idea was sent in by Otis, who's 15 years old and is from LA. For this lunch today, I'm going to switch to the Omni box, and that's because I definitely want to use the thermos part. Because for this lunch, I'm going to be making some ramen. But not just any ramen. I'm going to go ahead and use the Japanese brand of ramen. I love this stuff, definitely my favorite too. And I'm also going to be adding several extra ingredients to this ramen to dress it up a bit. First, I'm adding a scoop of vegetables. This has corn and carrots. There's also green beans in there. Next, I'll go ahead and add the instant noodles and the flavoring packet, and then I'm going to stir this all up. And right when it's almost done, I'm going to go ahead and add an egg as well. And then I'm going to stir this until the egg is cooked all the way through. If you've never tried adding an egg to your ramen before, you definitely should try it. It's super easy, super delicious, and it adds a lot of protein to a soup that wouldn't normally have a lot of protein. Now moving on to the fruits and vegetables. For Otis's lunch today, she chose mango. So I'm just going to go ahead and dice up some fresh mango and stick it right in here. I'll go ahead and add a cute little bunny pick. Next up, I'm adding some slices of cucumber. I just cut this with my crinkle cutter so it would look really fun. I'm also including a little bit of ranch to dip them in. And then back here in the lunchbox, I have a very special snack. For Otis's lunch today, she chose some Hello Panda cookies. I love these things, they are so good, and they actually come in several different flavors. So for this lunch, I'm going to be adding this strawberry flavor. Oh yes, and here's a tip, you guys. I actually found these at Ross. They were only $2.99, which is a really good deal. So I'm going to go ahead and place those right in there. And then for her special treat today, she chose Hi Chews. If you've never had these before, they're kind of like a Starburst, like a chewy fruit candy. And I'm going to add 3 different flavors: mango, strawberry, and dragon fruit. And lastly, for her special drink today, she chose lemonade, and she really likes the Trader Joe lemonade, which is perfect because we love it around here too. Now, Mr. Jackson is actually going to be our taste tester for this lunch. So, Jack, what'd you think?
The first thing I tried was the ramen, and I actually really liked it. It was really hot, so I had to blow on it and wait. I really liked the mango too. But my favorite part was the Hi Chew, since they also had a mango flavor.
Okay guys, this next lunch idea was sent in by Ina. She's 53 years old and is from Pennsylvania. For this lunch today, I'm going to stick with the Omni box, but I'm actually going to take out the thermos because it's not a hot lunch. Now I'm actually going to set this aside and get started on the snack first. For Ina's snack today, I'm using marshmallows and Rice Krispie cereal. So you can kind of already guess what I'm making. That's right, Rice Krispie treats. I have a really excellent recipe that I use every time to make Rice Krispie treats. It is so good. I will link it down below if you want to check it out. Now moving on to the main course, I'm going to start by chopping up some celery. And I'm going to cut these pretty small. I don't want any huge chunks. Then I'm also going to do the same thing with pickles. These are dill pickles. I'm going to chop them up nice and small. I know Miss Lily will be happy to see these. She loves pickles. Now for this, I'm also going to be using some light mayo and some tuna. Now this is definitely not something that I make very often at home, but I did used to eat this a lot as a kid. Now before I stir this all up, I'm also going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, and there you have it, a classic tuna salad. Now instead of putting this on regular bread, I now requested a flatbread. So I have a really good whole grain flatbread right here. These are surprisingly good. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up with the tuna salad. Then I'm also going to be adding lots of shredded lettuce and some very thin slices of tomato. Next, I just have to wrap this all up. Next, I'll wrap it up and slice it down the middle. So there you have it, a tuna flatbread wrap. This reminds me of the tuna sandwich that you can get at Subway. So I'll place these in the lunchbox and move on to the fruit and veggies. Next, I'm adding in some baby carrots, some cucumber slices, and instead of ranch or hummus to dip these in, I now requested some honey mustard sauce. So I have a little bit in this container right on the side. I've never tried honey mustard with cucumbers before, but it sounds really good. Now in this back corner, I'm gonna add a big fruit salad. This is gonna be a mixture of kiwi and watermelon and blueberries. And I went ahead and cut the kiwis into stars so they would look really fun. Perfect for Memorial Day weekend. Now in the separate container, I have the treat for today, which is just some Oreo cookies. And then I also have the snack, which are the star-shaped Rice Krispie treats. And then of course I have a special drink to go along with this. Ina chose lemonade, but when I was at the store, I found this new watermelon lemonade, so I decided to give that a try. It sounds really good. Now we have Jackson again as our special taste tester because he's the only kid home right now. So Jackson, what do you think of this lunch? What's your favorite part?
The tuna was good, but pretty messy. The carrots were good. Fruit salad was really good. I really liked the cucumbers. I didn't used to like cucumbers, but now I do. My favorite part was the Rice Krispie treats and the cookies and also the fruit salad. Overall, I liked the lunch. I give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.